try to use. So, hello. When I was 16, I started up a band with my best friend in the whole entire world, Emer Coyle. Let's see if this works. Yeah. We got on like a house on fire, as you can see, so we thought, hey, we should create something together. Not that we really needed to decide that, because when we hung out, songs and dances and silly videos, they just happened. But Emer had just seen the movie The School of Rock and quickly convinced me that being in a band would be the best thing ever. So the band grew and it found its other two amazing members, Kieran Coyle and Ryan McGorty, and it became what it is today, Wonder Villains. Fast forward 5 years, and I have gotten to play music with my 3 best friends all over the world. And we even got to release an album, dream come true. Now, doing Wonder Villains as a job has very rarely felt like work. Sometimes it really didn't even feel like a plan. But all I knew was when the 4 of us got together in a room, there was this ball of energy created that didn't seem to belong to any one of us individually, but together was just there, buzzing and shooting off great ideas and excitement all of the time. And it was the combination of our personalities and our talents and our ideas, and it was unique. And it was us working together and trying to make things happen. Experiencing that with Wonder Villains struck a chord with me really early on, and I began to realize that connecting with people, really connecting with people, is magical. And I feel like that magic isn't celebrated enough. You're told you have to be selfish to get ahead in life. And although there is wisdom in that, I feel like if you take it too far, it can create an environment of suspicion, where people close themselves off from everyone else and only share the highlights of their lives rather than their hopes and their fears and their crazy ideas. I suppose for fear of being judged. But in my experience, opening up about your ideas and your thoughts boosts your happiness and your productivity. Every adventure that I have ever had has been some sort of collaboration from the amazing people around me. So I try to surround myself with brilliant people who push me to be better, but I don't always succeed. And at the end of last year, for various reasons, my calendar was quite quiet and there weren't that many people around, and I began to feel what I think a lot of us feel in this super connected generation of social media, which is just really lonely. Now, as anyone who pursues the creative life knows, it is an emotional roller coaster constantly. I guess most of you would picture being a musician looking like this, which it does sometimes, because that's totally me in that photo pretending to be Beyonce. But the reality is, most of your day-to-day life is a lot of time by yourself, trying to come up with something amazing, pouring yourself into it, sometimes with just no success at all. Your life can be crazy busy and exciting one month, and then just really slow and quiet the next. And in those slow, quiet times, you can feel quite isolated. And as there are less women working in the music industry, the fact that I'm female and pursuing music can make me feel like the odd one out at times. 67.8% of all music industry-related jobs are held by males, which is weird. And even more baffling is that PRS report their membership for songwriters and composers and music publishers is only 13% females. Now, they're big statistics, but I can tell you as one of those female musicians that the vast majority of people I interact with in the music industry / my friends in general are men. And there is nothing wrong with that. I truly believe in the grand scheme of things, gender does not matter. But there is an extra sense of isolation there. There are things that boys don't understand about being a girl. So there are things you just can't talk about with your friends and your coworkers, which is, not great. So I was feeling increasingly disconnected in life because I was holding back this part of me that was becoming more and more important to me, the frustrations and excitements of being a musician and a girl. So, end of last year, creatively frustrated, lonely, and not great. But what I noticed in that time was that my confidence plummeted, and I would second guess all of my ideas and never follow through with plans, and I dreaded people asking me what I was up to because I really wanted to say something so impressive, but the reality was I was just watching Netflix and feeling really sorry for myself. So I was stuck and pretty miserable. I knew that I was missing that connection with people, because when I thought back to any time in life where I was inspired to create or was just excited, moments surrounded by people or experiencing the world came flooding to my mind. For example, like, click, it's not gonna work. Next slide. Yeah, there. Here in a pool with my bandmates where we played like 12-year-olds and came up with a game called Shark, which landed our drummer the nickname Shark for years, but which inspired me to knit these Wonder Villains shark necklaces and sell them as merch, which is, why not? Or talking about food and wine with friends inspired 3 of us to start up an underground restaurant in my house for a month. Or right here in the exciting ball of energy that is Wonder Villains. And I knew I needed more people in my life. I had forgotten how important people are to inspiration and to happiness. How was I meant to be coming up with anything, sitting around the house, trying to come up with something? I had an idea at the time that I could find that connection in some sort of creative girls' club, where we could all meet up regularly and share our thoughts and ideas and support each other and collaborate for the fun of it. And also so that there would be more people in my life who really understood my life. But I didn't do anything about that idea because I was sad and questioning all my ideas until I met a photographer one night called Kira McMullen. And we were just getting on really well, so I shared the idea with her. And she was so excited and enthusiastic and told me all about how she was feeling the exact same thing. She really wanted to start up something like this too. Let's make it happen together. So we did. And the first official hangout was 15 girls being loud and creative and enthusiastic in my living room, just plotting and planning what we could do with our creative collective power. And we decided to call ourselves Go Girl. It's only been going for a few months, but it has already brought so much positivity and opportunity in my life. But it's not just my project. It's this big, fun, collaborative place filled with so many inspiring women. So I wanted to show you a video that a Go Girl called Molly Clark put together, if it will work, to show you what we're all about.
Go Girl is a collaboration of amazing women that want to support each other and understand each other. Creative girls who building each other up and working together.
I thought it was just a drunken idea and then it actually happened.
I think working with like-minded people definitely creates inspiration in your own life.
I have found a big group of like-minded people.
I'm hanging around other girls that are supporting and pushing me to do more stuff.
Before this all happened, if I was coming up with any crazy ideas or something, that's all it was an idea.
You have the confidence to do stuff yourself and you feel like you have someone to run to if all goes wrong. That's part of it, just having people to talk to. Go Girl has really brought us together and helped us inspire each other.
This has really taken off. There was definitely a need for it.
It's really changed my life for the better. Crazy. I love it so much.
So that's Go Girl. But yeah, great. But the theme for today is momentum, moving forward, building speed and gaining traction. And I really can't think of a better way to gain traction in your life than to just open up about your hopes and your ambitions and connect with people. There is an incredible power in that can really change your life. When you connect with people, they push you to see ideas through. It brings in new perspectives and thoughts and stretches your ideas further. you feel more supported and you get this tingly sensation of being alive because you've just had this real connection with someone and it's exciting. And that's how great things happen. Take Go Girl as an example. Kira and I had the idea for it separately for months without doing anything about it. But once we brought other people into that thought process, it snowballed. Enthusiasm is a powerful thing. Multiply that by a few people and it's pretty unstoppable. So, do you have an idea? Something that you've been holding back, putting off for a later date, too scared to see it through, too embarrassed to say it out loud? Share it. Just take a breath and open up about it to your family and friends and watch the idea take shape in real life. I'm always surprised how one comment from a friend can really change my perspective on things, challenge or inspire thoughts, or just make me feel better. And when you're that honest with someone, you feel closer to them. And more than that, you'll feel more like you. So share, connect, open up, and watch yourself become happier and more successful. Because the craziest and most unexpected adventures happen when we all start to collaborate with each other. And we really are so much stronger together. Now, just before Go Girl started, I wrote a song with a couple of friends, Ryan and Amy, and the lyrics were all about how lonely and frustrated I was feeling at the time. So looking back on it, I kind of love those lyrics because I held on and I kept trying and I kept connecting with people, and just a few weeks later, I had 15 new best friends who inspired me so much in the form of Go Girl. And a few months later, I am standing here in TED, about to play it for you all, telling you how happy and productive and supported I feel. That's incredible. So keep going, keep trying, and embrace the power of connecting and opening up and sharing with each other. I'm going to play you a song now, so I'll stick around. This one's called Living Right.
Amazing in my head, but nothing ever comes from it.